Well, there is no like 50-50, I'm half this, half that, I got some Indian in my family. You might have an Indian in your family, yeah. But as far as bloodline, as far as your race, your nationality, your tribe, that's based on whatever your father's. You got it? Yep, come on.
So many blacks are mixed with so many different things right now. So
right.
How could you determine if they're
you can put it down.
or something like that?
Good question. Come on.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18.
Contrary to popular belief, there is no like, I'm 30% German, 20% Native American, 50% African American. African American, that's two different continents. So that don't even make sense in and of itself. Another story though. But your bloodline doesn't change. Yes, there's been some mixing and mingling, yeah, whatever. But who you are as a nation, as a race of people, I'm going to give you two things over there. We're going to deal with the physical side first.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
Pedigree is your lineage. They declared their pedigree.
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
Not your mama. Not your mama, by the house of their fathers. That's why when we ask brothers, what's your father? We don't ask you what your mama is, and it don't matter. Because where does the seed come from?
Take it out.
Life starts in the seed, not the womb.
That's right.
Life starts once conception, that starts with that seed. That's why you are whatever your father is. Because if the seed was not there, what would a woman's womb be doing?
Bring it out.
Nothing. Nothing.
Make it plain.
Apple seed is an apple seed in America. It's an apple seed in China.
Right.
It's an apple seed. It don't matter.
Bring it out.
But there's something to keep in mind. First of all, Numbers 1:18, number one. But then number two,
Romans chapter 8, verse 16.
Bring it out.
The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit.
so the Spirit is this Bible, bears witness with our spirit, meaning the things that we read in Deuteronomy 28, it's like, shoot, even if I don't necessarily know my father, let's say I was given up for adoption or whatever, but I know, that happened to my people.
That's right.
You don't even know who your father is, but it resonates with your spirit like, yo, that happened to my people.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, we went to slavery our way of slave shit.
Right.
It'd be another thing you say, oh yeah, them people went to slavery our way of slave shit. That's one thing. That's a whole different conversation than, yo, my people went into slavery.
Right.
Because now it's possessive.
Right.
So it says, Spirit bears witness with our spirit.
That we are the children of God.
That we,
That's
the
right.
children of Israel, are the children of God. So even if you don't necessarily know who your father is, if your spirit, if it resonates with what's in this Bible, because this Bible was written to the children of Israel, not all nations.
That's right.
Then you're an Israelite, you gotta have faith. And that's what this whole thing's about. It's faith.
That's
You gotta have the faith that, yo, I'm a child of God. Because not all nations are the child. White folks are not the child of God.
Right.
Chinese people are not the children of God.
Right.
There's no verse in the Bible that any Christian could pull to say Chinese are the children of God.
Bring it out.
Who biblically are in. They would get Moab.
Well, like all the tribes, my question, like all the tribes, some of them are, like the Indians, I'm going to say Indians are Latin.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Now, when it was in, how did they break up? I know it's like, he said Judah, Benjamin, Levi, or the black ones. Well, how did the other ones get so light?
There we go. Give me Hosea 7. Let me make sure I got it right. Hosea, then 5. It's either Hosea 7 or Hosea 8. Give me, before we get there. Oh, no. What's that?
Being that wrong,
King not turn place.
Abraham. You know, Abraham would be the father of the 12 tribes. You know, so they should have the same features, or...
Good question. That goes back to the mixed and mingling, like you mentioned, because they mixed and mingled with the Chinese.
Right.
They mixed and mingled with Spaniards.
Right.
They mixed and mingled with various other nations.
Right.
There's a prophecy that I want to read. Give me this. Read this real quick.
Some of them Chinese male, they mingle with the ladies. Mingle.
Some.
Would that not?
Well, let's read it real quick. Come on.
Hosea chapter 7 verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
So Ephraim is from not Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. What's the fourth one that you see?
The fourth one.
From the top. You see Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Then you see who? Ephraim. Right. Ephraim is the head tribe. Just like Judah is the head tribe of Judah, Benjamin, the southern kingdom. Right. Ephraim is the head tribe of the northern kingdom. Right. So from Ephraim on down. So it says what?
Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
So the Bible is clear. Exactly what you said is Bible history.
That's right.
Ephraim has mingled themselves. They've been doing that for generations. Right. Ephraim has mingled themselves amongst the heathens. They did that with the Assyrians. Right. That was their first captivity. They done it with, again, with the Chinese. They did with the Spaniards, whatever, right? It says Ephraim has mingled himself amongst the heathens. Come on.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
So you think about a cake not turned. What happens if you're baking a cake and you don't turn it?
Flat, right?
Yeah. So like think about a pancake. If you put a pancake on the pan and you don't turn it, what color is it on the bottom?
White.
On the bottom. The one that's touching the pan.
Oh, black.
Right. What happens to the top?
It's white.
Right. Same. Right. That's what happened with us.
Right. You can play.
That's what happened with Ephraim.
All right.
They mingled themselves. Now, it doesn't say their seed changed, so now all of a sudden they're no longer the children of Israel. It just says that they mingled amongst the other nations, just like with your son Omar. You mingled yourself with a complexion, but does that change what your son is? No. He has a different complexion than you. So what I'm looking at right here is what I read in the Bible. That's a cake not turning. You look. This is the definition. This is living witness of a cake not turning.
Right.
My daughter is as light as your son, and I'm blacker than both of you. In my own house, I got all my daughters of varying shades. That's just prophecy. And as an Israelite, God requires us to repent. Remember who we are in these last days. We got to remember that we're the children of Israel. Because we've been cut off from who we are. We've been cut off from being Israelites from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right. Now we're African Americans. That don't even make no sense. That's two different continents.
Bring it up.
Let's say, okay, well, no, I'm an African. Okay, which country in Africa? You Nigerian, you somewhere in South Africa, Johannesburg, you East Africa, where? Right? Read that, 12 and 9.
Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
When you look up the definition of speckled bird, it's a bird where their feathers, they have some that are white, they have some that are black, they got some as far as shade in the middle. So God says his heritage, his people, talking about all 12 tribes, not just the Hispanics and Native Americans. We mingle too. But black people, we're the only ones where you can have, give me the sign. Give me the Jake Beniso sign. No, Jake, the other one, I'm sorry. The idea is Jake Beniso, that ain't the one I want. Thank you. We're the only race where you can, yes, right over here. We're the only race where you can have two black parents but have a Caucasian-looking child. White people can't do that. So that's what I said. Just because the shade might be different, there's varying shades, that doesn't change the blood of the people. That doesn't change the lineage of the people.
Another question, like he said, the ones that came over here in America, that so-called Africans that came here that on the ships. Mm-hmm. But what about the Africans that's left over that never came on the ships?
Psalms 106 and 35.
Would they be part of the?
I'm sorry, Isaiah 11. Yes, many of them. Many of them are. Many of them are. You have Nilotic tribes, which are Hamite tribes, because before that continent was called Africa, it was a land of Ham. Right. That's where you get the word Kemetic, Ham. So the Kemetic community, they're saying that they're of Ham. But we're not of Ham. But remember, you have those three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We are of the seed of Shem. So those that are still there, read this real quick.
Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant.
Oh, the remnant. God said he would recover the remnant
of his people, which shall be left from Assyria.
He said that would be left. Yes, many of us came over here to the Western Hemisphere, but there's still many of us that are still on the east.
That's right.
Because we went from Jerusalem, 70 AD, Romans ran us south into Africa. Because Israel, before the Suez Canal, is still a part of Northeast Africa.
So did the wrath come up on them about the yokes?
Absolutely. Because they were disconnected from their heritage too. Read on.
From Egypt.
From where?
From Egypt.
Egypt is in Africa. So God said he would recover the remnant that were left. There's still a remnant of us that are left in Africa. To your point. Come on.
And from Pathros, and from Cush,
Speed up.
and from Elam.
Cush is Ethiopia. Africa. Come on.
And from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath.
Elam, East Indians, India. Come on.
And from
The CD people, the Dalits.
and from the islands of the sea.
And from the islands of the sea. So whether it's Bermuda, there's a lot of Native Americans, Pequot Indians in Bermuda. Many of them think that they're Benjamin or West Indians. No, because they know that their fathers are Native American, or their grandfathers are Native American. Because their grandfathers are Native Americans, that means that their fathers are Native American. Their fathers are Native American, that means that they're Native Americans. But they black as me. But they think that they're West Indians. No. They Israelites from the tribe of Gad. That's what I said. It's not about the skin color, the skin tone, or nothing like that. You are what your father is. Come on, was that it? So, yeah, that's it for verse 11. Psalms 106 and 35. I forgot the question you just asked. Not about the mingling. I'll forget it comes to me. 106, 35.
Psalm chapter 106, verse 35.
Bring it out.
Oh, you mentioned about basically customs.
But were mingled among the heathen.
So we were mingled amongst the other nations, starting from 70 AD, when we were ran out by white folks, by Romans. We were ran out of Jerusalem, and we went south, Egypt, down to Cush, Ethiopia, and throughout Africa. We were dispersed throughout all of Africa. Come on.
And learned their works.
And while we were in those varying countries, while we were amongst those nations, we did what?
And learned their works.
We learned their works. So you got Israelites that are in Africa right now, that are in Zambia right now, that might be eating monkey brain or whatever. They have been disconnected from their heritage too. That's why we have congregations in Libya. We have congregations in Sudan. We have congregations that are in Nigeria.
Right.
In Johannesburg. We're throughout all of that. Because God said we got to go out and teach them.
Right.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word, His word, His